welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing the Beauty and the Beast book tag. So as you can probably tell by my jumper, I'm a huge fan of Beauty and the Beast. I am more into the classic film rather than the new film, but this tag is based off the new film that came out this year. I will link the original down below, but let's just get straight on into it. So the first one is Oh What a Guy, Gaston, and that's a villain you can't help but love. This was quite hard, but I decided to go for Legend from Caraval by Stephanie Garber. So what I love about Legend is that we actually haven't seen him yet, or this kind of thing, or have we? Because apparently he was an actor, but was it an actor? And then it's like, oh, he comes up with all these different kinds of tortures and tricks and stuff, and I just want to know more about him, and I think the more I know about him, the more I will like him. So hopefully in the next book we will get to know more about Legend, but I think he's going to be an amazing character who we might not actually see until the last book. But yeah, I just love how mysterious he is, and I can't wait to learn more about him. Number 2 is Here's Where She Meets Prince Charming, and that's your OTP. So for me, you will probably know that my OTP is Fairy and Reese from A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I'm showing you A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas, by the way, because this is where they basically find out that they are mates and they need to be together forever, and I just think they're so cute and adorable because Reese, he basically lets Fairy find out on her own. He doesn't want to force her into it, and then when they are together, they're like the perfect pairing. They don't really keep any secrets from each other. He makes her his high lady, so he's equal. I just love them so much, and they are just like the ideal couple, and I just hope that nothing ever happens to either of them. Number 3 is I Want Much More Than This Provincial Life, and that's a character who was destined for greater things. So for this one, I thought I would go for Katherine in Heartless by Marissa Mayer, just because even though we all know this is an origin story for the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, I really thought Katherine could go get her own bakery, because I think doing what she wanted to do would be a lot more greater than becoming a queen that she didn't want to become. So if she had her own bakery, became the best baker in all of Hearts, I just wanted her to do that. I didn't want her to become the evil queen that we all know the Queen of Hearts to be, even though I thought it was a good take on it about how she became the Queen of Hearts. But yeah, I just really wanted her to become a baker because she was so good at baking, and everything she did just made me super hungry. This one follows on from number 3, so number 4 is Be Our Guest, and that's a book that made you hungry. So I'm not going to go for Heartless just because that's already been mentioned. Instead, I'm going to go for All That She Can See by Carrie Hope Fletcher. Now, as you can probably tell from the cover, this revolves around baking, and this revolves around a young girl called Cherry to see other people's feelings, and then she realises when she bakes, she can put good feelings into her baking, and that gets rid of everyone's bad feelings, which I think is such a good idea. The only problem is when she's describing all the food, I got super hungry, so I probably put on a lot of weight by reading this, but it is such a good book, and it takes such a twist that I did not expect. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this because it was amazing, and I think Carrie Hope Fletcher deserves a lot more acknowledgement for her writing. Next one is Beauty and the Beast, and that is Opposites Attract. So for this, I have gone for another one of my OTPs, and that is Elphaba and Fiyero from Wicked by Gregory Maguire. What I love about this is that it is kind of opposites. Fiyero's a prince, he's not as brainy, he tends to go for more looks, which is why he ends up with Glinda first. But then he kind of realises that Elphaba, who's the Wicked Witch of the West, she's green, she's ugly. He kind of ends up going for her instead, and they become like this really cute couple, and it lasts for a while until the inevitable happens. But yeah, I just love them so much, and if you've seen the musical, it's kind of the same, you know, it's the whole I'm not that girl, and then Elphaba becomes that girl, and I just think it's so sweet, and it is kind of like opposites do attract. Number 6 is But There's Something in Him That I Simply Didn't See. That's a character who's more than they appear. So for this, I've technically gone for 2 characters, but I don't have the second book, so I'm going for Bilbo Baggins from The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, but I'm also going to go for Frodo and Sam from Lord of the Rings, which I have read. I just don't have my copy because I threw them out, and now I really regret it. Basically going for those 3 characters just because they're all small hobbits, they're small, they tend to just spend their time relaxing, smoking, not doing very much. They definitely don't go on adventures, but then they all end up going on adventures with Pippin and Merry, I think it is. Basically, I like them because they just basically end up saving the whole of Middle Earth, especially Frodo and Sam and Bilbo. He kind of passes everything on to Frodo, and I just think they are more than they seem, and don't underestimate hobbits. Number 7, I was innocent and certain, now I'm wiser but unsure. And that's a book that changed you in some way. So for this, I kind of have to go with the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. Just that it changed me, as in this was my childhood, it kind of made me who I am kind of thing. This was such a big part of my childhood. I read them all through them. I remember being excited when each book was released, and yeah, I grew up with these. I learned so much, and now when I'm rereading the illustrated editions, I'm kind of remembering everything and all that it taught me. So yeah, this definitely changed me a lot. Number 8 is Kill the Beast. That's a book you picked up due to the hype. So for this, I'm going to have to go with Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. So I picked this up because I enjoyed the A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy so much, and everyone was saying, oh, you'll love Throne of Glass, it's assassins, if you liked Nevernight you'll like this. But as you've probably learned from my previous videos, I'm not a big fan of it. I've only got 2 books left, but I'm kind of not wanting to read them because this has not been as good as I thought it would. The books drag, the characters aren't as good as I thought they'd be, and yeah. And the last one is I'll Never Shake Away the Pain, and that's a book or a moment that always makes you cry. So for this, I'm going to go for a series and not a book, and I'm going to go with the Harry Potter series because there's so much in this that makes me cry, especially in the end. Goblet of Fire, when Cedric Diggory dies. You've got Order of the Phoenix, where Sirius dies. You've got Half-Blood Prince, where Dumbledore dies, and then you've got Deathly Hallows, where Mad-Eye Moody dies, Hedwig dies, Fred dies, Lupin and Tonks die, and Snape dies, and I've probably missed out more people who die because there's loads, and I've just got pins and needles, so just bear with me. I will always cry at these, which is why I'm kind of dreading when it gets to these in the illustrated editions, because that's when I'm rereading them, that I will probably end up crying, and the illustrations probably won't help either. Yeah, that's it, and I'm going to have to go because I've got really bad pins and needles in my foot. So if you just comment down below with what you think of this tag, or do it yourself. I'm not going to tag anyone, but yeah, I will see you later with a new video. Bye.